Well, now let's work with the new feature. Okay, so our main branch is already updated in the local repo. So let's create a new feature branch from the latest main branch. Okay, so let's create a new branch. So let's work on a new feature. Okay, so I'm going to implement a feature to draw a line. Okay, so let's name the new feature branch as draw line, and let us check out into the new branch. So I'm going to create it. So now you can see that we have checked out into the new branch draw line. Okay, so let me add a new file, new Java class. I'm going to name it as draw line. Okay, so we have the class ready. I'm going to add it to Git, so that's in the staging area or index. Now let's add the code. Now let's execute it and test it if it's working. Okay, there you go. Now it has drawn a line. You can see the output. Okay, there are 10 dashed lines, right? 10 dashes in the line. Now let's increase the length of the line. I'm gonna make the line with maybe 50. Okay, 50 dashes. Let's test it out and see if it works. Yep, it's working. Now it's a lengthy line, right? So now we implemented a new feature, and let's continue with the commit. Let's go with git commit, and let's give a commit message here. So let's say implemented draw line. Okay, so we give a message, and if required, we can do the commit and push together from here. See, it's showing commit and push, so that's easier, right? Rather than committing first and then pushing it. If you want, you can do the commit and push together. Okay, but when you commit, always ensure that you have the changes here. Always take a look at here and ensure that you don't have any unwanted comms here. Okay, so it's just to ensure that everything is fine. All right, so now let's do the commit and push, and you can see the changes here. That draw line, that's the only change that we are committing, and we can push it. Okay, so now this new branch is getting pushed into GitHub. So let us go into GitHub and check it over there. So let me refresh it, and you can see that there are two branches. Okay, so the main branch and the newly created branch. The old one, the old feature branch which we created in the previous feature, we deleted that. Okay, you remember that. That's why we only have two branches here. Okay, all right, now let's merge our new feature branch into main. But in order to be familiar with the review process, I have done some changes. Okay, on the administration side, what I did is I added a new person into the project. So we have one more collaborator into the project. Okay, and I also set a rule for the merge, that at least one approval has to be there for merging your feature branch into main branch. That's the rule I set. So when you create a PR, you won't be able to merge it until somebody approves your PR. You need to get at least one approval for merging your feature branch into main. That's the rule I added. So let's see how it works. All right. Okay, so the change I did is on the administration part. So you can find it if you are interested to work on the administration. If you are interested to learn the administration side, you can go through the tutorials of GitHub, and you can find it. It's not that difficult, but for making it simple here, I'm not covering that part. We will see how we really work on the project with Git. Okay, because this administration part will be done by one person, and that person will act as the Git administrator. So I'm not covering that part at this point. Okay, all right, so let's try to merge it, and let's try to create a PR, and let's see how it works. So let's go into pull request, and I'm gonna click new pull request, and then I'm gonna create draw line, the new feature branch from here, from draw line to main, right? So let's click on create pull request. There you go, and there is an option here. So the reviewers, here you can add the reviewers. So I'm going to click this gear icon here and I'm going to add one person. See, all the team members will be shown here. So currently I added one person. So I'm going to create this particular person, and then yeah, so I have one reviewer added here. So in your case, you can add multiple reviewers. So at least, one person will be available for review and approval, and you will be good to go, right? Because now you have to work, you have to wait till you get an approval. Okay. Well, so I added one person. So this particular person will get an email notification now that, hey, there is a new PR ready for your review and approval. Okay. And that person will have to act on that. And if there is any delay, though you added some approvers, some reviewers, but nobody reviewed it, then what you can do is like maybe they don't they didn't notice their emails, or they didn't check their emails. So in that case, you can copy this copy this URL and send it to their chat, and let them know about it. Okay, you can ping them in order to speed up the review process, right? All right, otherwise some of them will be reviewing it now. Okay, so again, we added the reviewer, but we didn't create the pull request. So let us click the create pull request button, and then you can see that the status here. So now you're seeing that review required. See, merging is blocked. Now you won't get the merge button, okay, until it is reviewed. Okay, so now we have to wait until another person reviews it. So now let's see how the reviewing is done. Okay, so in your case, if you can also be added as the reviewer, right? So somebody can create a pull request and they might add you as a reviewer. That's also possible. Then you'll have to review that. So you will get an email, and there is going to be a link in your email, and you will click in the email. Okay, so that's how it works. So when you click on that email, you will go into your GitHub account. So in order to act as a different person for the time being, I am signing out from here, because otherwise I won't be able to, do the review as a different person. Okay, so ideally, some other person, will be logging into their machine and reviewing the code. So let me go into my email and click the link so that I will sign into my Git account. Okay, GitHub account. Okay. So let me check my email. So this is the email that I received. Okay. And then now it is showing like, it's something is implemented. Okay. So there are file changes and, the links. You can view, comment, and merge. Okay. So all these details are there. So I'm going to click on this link. Okay. And then I am coming into the GitHub, and I have to sign in. I didn't sign in actually. Okay. So as a new person, that person has to sign in. This is my second user. So that person is signing. The reviewer is signing in now, and then he will reach here. So he's seeing the details. Okay. So you can see all the details. So what I can do is I can see the commits over here. See all these details, and I can say add your review. Okay. All right. So the moment I click that add your review, I can see the file. So what is the new file added? What are the changes? So can see that there is a new file added, and this is the code. So I will review the code and find out if there is any issues with this code, whether this is efficient or something. So this is an additional level of checking, right? So if I'm satisfied with this, then I can act upon this. Like I can click approve. Okay, and I can submit it. If I need some changes, then I can request the changes to the person. So that person has to make some other changes. Okay, so for the time being, I'm approving it. Just click the approve button and I click submit review. Okay, so then this is approved. Okay, so once it is approved, anybody can merge it. Either the reviewer can merge it, or the person who created the pull request can merge it. It doesn't matter, anyone can merge it. So for the time being, what I'm going to do is I am signing out as this user and act as the other user. Okay, so let us sign in. So assume that you got the approval from the other person, from your reviewer, and let us sign in again and let us check the status now. Okay, so let's go to the Java study. Let's go to Java study project, and then let's check the status. Let's go to pull request. Then you can see the pull request. See, this is the list of pull requests, implemented row line. Let us click here and check the status. Now you can see that, changes approved, okay, and merge pull request. Now you're seeing this button, okay. So now you can click this and merge your changes. So now let me click it and confirming the merge. So now it is merged, okay. Okay, so once it is merged, you can delete the new branch, draw line. Now you don't need this branch anymore. So let me click delete branch and I'm gonna delete it. Okay, so that's deleted, right? Now, so we have finished with the second feature. Now, again, the process continues, right? So now I'm gonna work on a new feature, okay? My boss has assigned a new feature for me to work on. So what I do, I go to IntelliJ and then repeat the same process, right? So I have to check out to the main branch, okay? So select the main branch from here, check out to main branch. Now I'm into main branch, and then I have to take the latest copy from the GitHub, from the remote repository, right? Because the main branch in my local repository is an old version, okay? Because I have created some new features in a new branch and I merged them into the latest main branch in GitHub, okay? Likewise, others also might have done the same, okay? So when I work on a new feature, I should always ensure that I'm working with the new copy of the main branch, right? Okay, so now let me take the latest version. Okay, so from Git menu, you can update the project. There is another option like pull. You can do this one as well, but there is some slight difference between update project and pull, because the pull will be pulling the changes into the current branch. But if you select the update project, the entire project will be updated. Okay, so I always prefer this one, and IntelliJ has some option to customize, this menu as well. But for the time being, you just understand that if you're using IntelliJ, you just use the update project, but the pull will also work fine. Okay, it's your call. Okay, so I'm just selecting update project again. So okay, it is going to merge the changes from the GitHub server into my local repository. So you just leave with the default settings and click OK. So your main in the local repo is updated with the latest and greatest version. Okay, so for the new feature, again, you have to create a new branch. From here, click new branch so that the new branch will be created from the latest main branch, and then you will work on a new feature, and this process continues.